Well, what's good, bro?
Start over.
No, we're gonna keep this shit in. We're gonna keep this in.
No, I'm not ready, man.
No, we're gonna keep this in.
As soon as this is what happens. This is what happens. I want the audience to see this.
No.
As soon as I'm going to get a sip
Don't
of
look
water,
at the audience. Look.
No, these people need to hear this.
No.
As soon as I'm going to get some water, everybody, he want to start the show off. That's not right.
But look, see how I can drink in between just saying things because I'm a professional. It's what you can do, okay? Hell, I traveled all the way out here to not even Phoenix. I'm in y'all. We are live right now from Chandler, Arizona, as of recording this damn podcast.
My city, baby, we here. Chandler, we here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, man, this is gonna be a dope show. I'm in Phoenix for the weekend, or I was in Phoenix for the weekend. As we're gonna check in. And I was like, why would I record the podcast virtually when we can do it in person? Exactly. Because I'm in the hood this week. So damn, hell, like, what's popping with y'all? What's popping with y'all audience as well? Welcome to Unfiltered Gems. My name is Malcolm Alexander.
And I am Ryan Hale. Man, it's good to have you, bro. We haven't seen each other in a while in person, obviously. So it's good to actually see you in person. And
Yeah, I was like, I'm really good at podcasts where I could like literally just stare at you the whole time. Like this is.
I was saying, man, it reminds me of the first time we ever did an Unfiltered Gems before we did the podcast.
Yeah, 100%.
So this is dope, man.
Yeah,
I'm excited, bro.
Yeah.
I had a good weekend. I just got off felt like I was on tour for a second. I went to J. Cole's tour last night.
Yo, how was it?
It was good.
Oh.
I don't feel like the sound quality was the best that I've heard from a J. Cole concert.
Oh.
There was times on stage where he was like, hey, turn my vocals up, turn the sound up, stuff like that. And the sound sounded kind of muffled from where we were sitting for some reason. Yeah. So it was hard to hear him at times. It was really like hard to really get into the show.
Where does that album that he dropped this year, the off season, where does that rank in like your hierarchy of like Cole albums?
For me, that's tough. For me, Forest Hills Drives is still number one.
Yeah, special. That's a special album.
Man, that's tough. It might be 3 or 4 because I like KOD. I would probably put KOD at 2.
Wow.
But it could be the off season at 2 actually. So it's either 2, 3, or 4. I know.
Really?
I'm all over the place. The off season, his bars on the off season were amazing, and he said that many times. That's what he was focusing on. Like he was barred up. He even said that at the show last night.
Yeah.
How often, or so often that he was barred up on this album. He just wanted to get the bars off all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I felt like bars wise, this was the best barred album that he's had since Forest Hills Drive.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I feel like when it comes to the songs that people can sing along with at a show and the songs that really hit and had you dancing and stuff, KOD was better. So that's why I would probably slide it at 3.
And you always know where I'm at, where like I respect bars, but I don't go to music for bars. Like I go to music because like I'm like, I want to dance, I want to feel good, I want to like.
It's just so tough because there's so many great rappers that have bars, but they can't really get the bars off and then sell out a tour, or like have a good tour and stuff like that. Like J. Cole, a lot of J. Cole songs that he did yesterday's shows were all classics.
Yeah.
All old songs. Because if he would have did the whole album, it would have been low key a boring show, not because the album was boring, but just because it's not a lot of like
it's not one for live
songs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Man.
So whereas when he came back out for his encore, he did 2 more songs. He did No Role Models, and the place
just went like nuts.
It was amazing. So,
but you said he didn't do no KOD. I want some Kevin's Heart, man. Kevin's Heart that came on my shuffle this morning, and I didn't even realize. I was so naturally. I'm waking up in Phoenix this morning, and I've been in Phoenix for the past like 2 days after what was already like an eventful Thursday and Friday, because shout out to my boy, man, one of my best friends and his new wife. Shout out to Osama and Kina. I had a chance to like just attend, like
Osama.
Yeah. You know Osama, man. Like it's so great. So I got to like see him get married at an amazing ceremony, and like you know, with Desi weddings, man, that's like a week-long festival. It's like Coachella.
I shot a lot of them.
I adore it. So I went to 2 days of the festival.
Yeah.
And it was just incredible because Kina is Italian and I believe Chinese.
Okay.
And then Osama's Pakistani, and so it's like their whole celebration was like this celebration of cultures and like this melding of cultures together, and it was so amazing. Dope to just be there. And then my boy Edwin and I we bought kurtas, we brought like, you know, the traditional wear. And I was so hyped to stunt with it. But Osama didn't know. So, like, the story really goes, like, he was, like, so I had already lined up with his wife, like, ahead of time. Like, she's like, no, go to the Sari Palace, shout out to Artesia, go over there, get the stuff. And we were like, oh, down. Like, because I asked her, I said, I want to wear. Yeah. I don't want to show. I'm like, I wear a suit to a wedding. Right. Twice a week. Like, I was like, and this is one of my best friends. Like, I want to put on for him, you know? So 10 days ahead of the ceremony, I had already had the kurta. I had one picked out for Edwin because Edwin lives up north. Yeah. So I picked out one for him, picked out one for me. And so the day of his ceremony, I went and I also like did a little speaker setup for him just so like they can have some sound in the background or whatever, and they can have their speeches, you know, on a microphone for when we did the dancing later. And the whole time we're setting up, he's like, "Hey man, could you like hurry up and because like maybe I kind of want you in like Pakistani clothes. I would love to see you like in that for my ceremony." And and Keita starts laughing like, "Oh, he doesn't know." And I was like, and I started making up excuses. I was like, "Hey man, Keenan needs me to run to the Ralph's and then I got to pick Edwin up from the airport," which I did. Yeah. And so I'm just making up excuses like, dude, I'm like, I got a headache. I said, bro, like I got a cool suit in the car and I'm just gonna put that on, bro. But like maybe tomorrow. Yeah. And, you know, so I just kept making up all these excuses. And then me and Edwin, I pick Edwin up from the airport. We change in the parking lot. It's so much so that like, you know, the pants I had on, they're like, they kind of like the Hammer pants. They look like the Aladdin pants, you know. But we're putting them on, and some guy pulls by and he goes, "I thought y'all were going to like some MC Hammer party, but you look really nice." Like once we put like the jacket on, like the full, you know, the full thing, and we pulled up on Osama, and he was so surprised. He like freaked out. He was like, "Oh my God, you guys look amazing!" Like he was just, and it was just great to just like celebrate with them, and and all of that, man. Like if there's one thing that I love is culture. I've always loved that. Like I've always been very privileged and I've always truly adored having friends of like every walk of life and that just always share different perspectives, different opinions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like challenge me, make me think something different, right? It's really no fun when I'm in a room with people that just say yes to everything and agree with me because I'm just like, okay, well that can't be
boring really quickly.
Yeah, it gets boring very quickly, right? So, and Osama's just an incredible person. I think that's what we all talked about at the wedding. We're just like how insane his mind and how big his heart is. And that's awesome. And he found a partner that just matches that and challenges that in the best way. So shout out to the Ahmad family and the newlyweds. I love y'all to death and y'all know it. So and then of course, and then I'm out here. Did the after party after the second party for Osama. Wow. Got home at 3:30, woke up at 6:30, and drove to Phoenix. Did a wedding that day. Slept a little bit at James's place. Did a wedding last night. So shout out to Aaron, the new Aaron Thompson, and shout out to the new Megan Rivas. Those are two of my friends from college, and just coincidentally, they put their weddings. They booked me as a DJ and put their weddings a day apart. They didn't coordinate with each other. Wow. Just something that they did that. So I did that this weekend and. Monday I'm here. I'm just trying to hike Camelback. I'm trying to do the Phoenix thing while I'm out here. I'm just vacationing for the next few days, man. So I'm just so hyped that I'm here with you, man.
Yeah, it's dope. Shouting out people as we should. I want to shout out the Phoenix Mercury. Tough loss in the WNBA Finals to one of the best ever do, Candace Parker. But it was dope, man. I got to go to a game, a finals game. What was the last?
You went with the Woodies.
Wednesday? Yep. Yeah. Went with the Woodies, baby Elliott. Yes. And then I also went with some other friends as well. So that was a cool experience, man. I was so many celebrities out at that game. Yeah. Wild. Larry Fitzgerald was out there. The Suns were out there.
Love it.
Damian Lillard and a bunch of other people. So it was a cool, really cool experience to go to. So tough loss for them. I was looking forward to going to Game 5 on Tuesday, but unfortunately they lost yesterday.
But a beautiful win for Candace Parker and what it really meant for her hometown of Chicago.
To what she, because the rapper was there.
Because she was with the Sparks 13 years or
something like that.
She was there for a long time,
career,
and this was the one season she goes back home.
First season.
The first season she goes back home and has a win for her city. Yeah.
I said she pulled a LeBron, went back home and won it.
Yeah, look, you know, like that. That's really beautiful, man. And I saw some of the photos of like her hugging her family and like hugging the people, like and just people
real raw,
just raw, like dude, just so I mean. And I think that's the one thing the WNBA is so slept on as far as not only the skill level and the level of entertainment that the players provide, but just like the stories and the heart. Like it'd be so dramatic with NBA players, but like I just feel like there's so much like professionalism and care and compassion.
And some amazing stories in the WNBA.
In the WNBA, man.
Absolutely. So this finals actually was one of the first times that I saw on social media so much hype around this finals. Like, it was a lot of hype around it, especially, like I said, if you were in the cities that the teams were competing in, obviously. But even on social media, I saw a lot of people, like Kerry Champion came out to this game in Phoenix. It was just crazy. Like, a lot of people were talking about it, which they should, because it's as big. And it should be as big as the NBA Finals draws that much attention.
Yeah.
So it was really, really dope. A really great series. Great win for Candace Parker, but shout out to the Mercury as well.
Man. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm just hyped. We are gonna do we're gonna do a show like we always do a show. We just get the chance to now do it in person.
Exactly.
So welcome one and all to Unfiltered Gems. Hale, I'm about ready to start the show. What about you?
Let's do it, bro.
All right, Unfiltered Gems. We're back. Opening up with a really interesting story, and I think it also just like, I think no coincidence that it just happened when I woke up here in Phoenix, but got some sadder news this morning about General Colin Powell passing away. I believe he was at the age of 83. They say complications due to COVID. I bring this story up for like numerous reasons and why I want to address it. One, I mentioned the Phoenix connection because I actually had the chance of meeting General Colin Powell.
Oh, wow.
When I worked at PBS.
That's dope.
Here at Cronkite, I got to mic him up.
Wow.
And like, you know, it kind of helped doing his makeup or whatever, you know, just the things that I had to do as, you know, when I was like doing studio production there. And he was genuinely like a really nice person. And he is one of those people of like, regardless of the politics, regardless of what he believes in, even me as like Huey and radical as I can be at times, it was really dope to see a man of his stature and a man of his status, a man of his integrity, and like come through and be nice. I was like, I said, General Powell, and he goes, please, you could just call me Mr. Powell. You know, he was just really nice. He was like a nice person. You're just like, yo, you like a whole 5-star general. You're like one of the first black 5-star generals.
The first black U.S. Secretary of State.
Man, like that's so cool. You know what I'm saying? And so and just as like, you know, I always, you know, show a lot of love to veterans, and being a son of veterans, numerous veterans, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, I applaud what he's done in a sense, in the way that I can,
right.
And I think he's a dope person. So condolences to his family,
absolutely,
to the people involved, to the people that were affected by this loss,
people who touched his life, who he touched their lives, and stuff like that. So.
100%. You know, more for the lives that he saved, and also the innocent lives. Absolutely. And I'm not saying that I have stories or have context or sentiment of how to share about that, but I just say that in the hopes that, you know, I hope that he did more good than bad, as only a American Army general can do. And I think that's the other part of why I bring this up, because, you know, he does have a complicated history with the black community, right? He was also one of those people who, you know, political, you know, he's swaying liberal at times, swaying conservative at times, and then he'll say, you know, the best thing a black man can do could sign up for the military and serve, you know, and Kwame Ture, formerly known as Stokely Carmichael, right? You know, had a chance to be interviewed by somebody and was asked about General Colin Powell and what he thought about him. And he says, oh, you mean the man that thinks black men should work for the largest serial killers in the world, or you know, killers in the world? You wonder how I feel about him. And then they asked him, you know, what would he do if he was in General Colin Powell's position? And he said, I'd blow it up. And the interview said, blow what up? Do you mean the Pentagon? He said, blow it up. So he also caused a divide in the community, right? Because it's like, was he pro-black in how he used his time and used his position as a leader, and as at times a leader within one of the nation's largest, or one of the world's largest military forces, right? So it's a complicated history there. It's a complicated relationship, and I think, what can we learn from a man like this? I think there's a lot to learn here, and there's also a lot to learn about leadership, right? Good things can come from this, not from the death, but from the story and how we remember and eulogize Colin Powell. And also, it's very scary considering how he died, right? Because people say it's COVID. I don't want this man to die a martyr either.
Right.
Because now you're going to have the people that come forth and say, well, look, he was vaccinated and he still died.
Yep.
When, no, considering the fact that the man had cancer and had been battling cancer, getting vaccinated is still
important.
It's still important. Mm-hmm. And I feel like this is going to be one of those stories that comes forth from people, especially now that COVID numbers are dipping, and saying, we'll see, getting vaccinated doesn't even matter because still the late, great Colin Powell passed of complications with COVID vaccines, which quite frankly, the earthquake in Haiti, I think the death toll rose to about 2,200, the recent one. There are still been, that has a higher death toll than the people that have died that have been vaccinated. Even hospitalizations for people that are vaccinated account for 1% of the hospitalizations compared to those of people that are unvaccinated. Wow. These are just the facts. Do with these facts what you will.
Yeah.
About vaccination. You make your own decision, right? Do your own research. I know what Nicki Minaj's brother's friend's cousin's twice removed is now one of the, health administrators for Trinidad. Sarcasm. So if you want to trust in him, go trust in him, y'all. Do that. But this just really had me thinking a lot this morning, right? How do what does it really mean to be pro-black and be in the military, right? And a lot of black people in the military, and what role has the military played in the lives of black people in this country, especially when it comes to like our progress and such. It's very, very, very complicated, very nuanced. But I just share those thoughts just because, hey, this is Unfiltered Gems, and I'm here. But rest in peace, General Colin Powell. Definitely. I just want to get down to that. Yeah, that is it. That is all. Okay. R.I.P. Unfiltered Gems. What's amazing about this being in person is that the visual experience for this podcast is real special. So make sure you're subscribed on YouTube.
Yep. And follow us everywhere.
And follow us
social. Unfiltered Gems Podcast.
All that.
Yeah. All that good stuff.
All that. Quick break.
All of it.
A quick break. And we'll come back.
For sure.
The new Studio 54 is here, y'all. If you love disco music, house music, funk, R&B, all of those genres are played and they go crazy at Capacity Dance Party. Hosted and curated by myself, Malcolm Alexander, every single party features one of LA's best DJs and myself spinning nothing but the best dance music around, spreading across all decades. So, to get info and tickets on the next Capacity Dance Party, head over to capacitydanceparty.com and follow us on social media at Capacity Dance Party.
Unfiltered Gems, live in Phoenix. So excited to be
live in Chandler, baby.
Chandler. Right, you're right. Why am I not
look,
shouting out
we
my
are
city?
in a place of the black population is like us too right now in Chandler. I love it.
That's not true.
It's pretty true.
There's a lot of us out here.
Where?
A lot of us out here in my neighborhood.
Is there a hangout that the black people go to?
Moving on to the next.
I'm curious.
Story.
I want to know where to go tonight. Where do we go after this? If I want the after party for UG, where do I go if I want to be around some folk?
Honestly, I don't know. I was trying to think of something too. I don't know.
God, I'm like, I'm trying to be around my people.
Yeah, I don't never. It's not. Yeah, I don't know any black hangout spots in Chandler. I can't say that. But I'm not gonna say there's no black people out here either.
Okay.
So there are black people, maybe not black hangout spots.
So maybe not us two. It might be like 20 of us out here.
I'm not doing this with you today. You come to my city and attack.
Bro, look. I've been paying homage to the East Valley. The East Valley know me. Look, they know I've been shutting it down all the way down to Queen Creek, baby, all the way down to Casa Grande, baby. You ain't got to tell me, baby. Look, I hold it down for the East Valley, so what's good?
Oh my gosh. But a crazy not a recent story, should I say?
It's not recent by any means. This name has been around for quite some time.
But she's just popping back up because of a recent Instagram post that she posted, where she was visiting Jackson State University, her alma mater, talking about Hide Your Sons. And I'm speaking about no other than Brittany Renner. Trying to pick my words wisely.
Oh, no. But this is for the gems. Don't pick up wisely. Because I need more context. Why is the internet up in arms over someone who is like a self-proclaimed bopper? Like, I guess I'm trying to understand, like, why is this like such a like Brittany Renner is a monster when it's like she's told you that she don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying. But some quick backstory. She went after PJ Washington, who was a NBA player for the Charlotte Hornets. They had a huge age gap. I forget how many years apart they were. But she was a lot older than him when they started dating.
I recall this, like, when she was like 28, he was like 21, 18.
Younger than that, yeah.
Which is
ridiculous.
God, it's predatorial. It is directly predatorial.
Oh, she had a motive.
Yeah.
And there was a video that she put out on Instagram or something like that on social way before she even got with him, saying that NBA players or athletes are really dumb. They don't use condoms. So if you want to come up off a check, they're really dumb. That's the easy way to do it. And they got together. They had a baby. They got married for a couple months, got a divorce. Now, allegedly, he has to pay like $200,000 a month.
18 years. 18 years.
Yep. But he denies the child support number. So he's saying it's not that much or whatever, or who knows what's going on with that. He hasn't come out and said anything. But it's just crazy to me that not only have you potentially ruined his life or the beginning of his career, now you're going out and you're bragging about it, pretty much talking about hide your sons, or you're trying to make light of the situation.
Yeah.
Mess on social media about what you're doing and what you've done. Like, that's why I personally don't like her and I look at her as a predator, is because you're talking about what you're going to do, then you went out and executed it.
My thing is that, but like,
flawlessly.
Okay, I guess what's complicated is that, but like, niggas still fucking with her. And it's like, that's why it's like, we're talking about her, one, and then like, men still are like around trying to like hit and trying to be around her. So I'm like, y'all know who she is. Like, it's life 101. When people show you who they are, believe them. Like, She is a bopper. Like, she is like, and again, and I feel bad because it's like, she definitely like, that's predatorial to the max to like prey on an 18-year-old kid. And it's like, and it's not even choosing my words carefully. It's just like, nah, that's predatorial. That's wrong. Mm-hmm. Like, you really got to fix yourself for that shit. Like, that's weird. Like, and there's a very weird thing, because we look at, if an older man does that to an 18, like if he's 30 and she's 18, we're like, whoa, bro, that's really weird. You know what I'm saying? But if like she's 28,
lock him up.
Yeah, like you know, and yes and no, because like, you know, they say it's like what it is, what it 18, and I have known plenty of like young women that have dated older men, and just like, but it's just as predatorial, it's just as weird, it's just as manipulative.
Especially if you bragging about it before.
Yeah, man.
Like, you're talking about how dumb these people are, and if you want to come up off a check and all this stuff. So it shows that you weren't really in it for the relationship.
And you're exploitive.
Literally.
Is she, I've never, like, I guess I've seen a picture of her. What is she?
She's black.
She's black?
Yeah.
God, that's terrible, man. And what does she do? Where is she from? What is her story?
I don't know her whole background. I know that she played soccer at Jackson State, actually. And that's why she posted that picture. She was up at Jackson State University, because, you know, Deion Sanders coaches the Jackson State football team.
I did not know that.
Okay, yeah, so he does. And he had her supposedly up to, which is weird, he had her up there supposedly to talk to the players, for who knows what.
The hell she gonna say to some players?
She has pictures posing with Jackson State football players, and she played soccer at Jackson State, so that's the only real background I know on her. I know obviously she's a big social media star and all that stuff, but
that's,
to me,
she's from Mississippi. So you know, I want to defer. I want to defer to Sarah because, you know, you have a young son, and you have made it very clear in the group chat that you like have a sincere disdain for this woman, and I want your context as a mother. As to your disdain for Brittany Renner.
Okay. So if Brittany Renner says hide your sons, Brittany, I'm going to need you to hide your face.
Oh my God.
Because I wish she would come after mine. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me just say that.
Yeah.
It's not happening. This is why mothers have to be so protective of their kids. And we can't just let them go out there because of women who belong to the streets. It's a term that I have come to use instead of calling them other words.
Sure.
What they do with them. It's horrible.
Yes. Proper slurs, if you will.
Leave my son alone is all I have to say.
Facts.
My goodness. All right. Period. Thank you, producer Sarah. Appreciate it for the word.
Because my problem is like that mentality, because she's a big social media star. She's got millions of followers. Okay. Now you're spreading this kind of mentality to other women who could potentially get an athlete or get a young college player or something like on the rise like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're just really trying to
I'm not even
promote
looking
a
at
gold digger mentality.
I don't know. I'm also more looking at like just the men that are still gonna like want her. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
I mean, men, we're visual creatures. And I'm not gonna sit here and say she doesn't look good. I mean, she is attractive, but that doesn't mean that you should want to be with someone like that. That's what I'm saying.
What's nice is that only 2 of my followers follow her, so that's nice. Both men, though.
Oh, of course.
Of course. Like, of course. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, to me, she's very regular, but like, I don't know if that's like a hot take if I'm being mean. I'm not trying to be shady. I just don't want to know what it is. Is it the status? Like, I want to know just what makes her, and especially makes a young guy feel like, oh, I gotta have this. When like to the young fellas, I'm like, sir, you don't though. I don't know, man.
We're visual creatures as men.
Interesting. Well, we gonna send some prayers to Brittany Renner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we just gonna
send my prayers to PJ.
Yeah, is that who just broke up but got the baby with her?
Yeah,
who is
PJ
that?
Washington.
PJ Washington. Yeah. Who is TJ Watt?
TJ Watt is he's a defensive lineman for the Steelers.
What's his story? I saw people on Twitter say I'd let TJ Watt date my sisters.
You said you're not?
No, I'd let TJ Watt date my sisters.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Never mind.
I know his brother JJ Watt plays for the Cardinals now. Shout out to the Cardinals, 6-0.
Oh, no.
I don't know anything about TJ Watt's story or why people want him dating.
No, it was specifically KJ Kerrick Jameson.
Oh.
The Jameson. He has 3 sisters.
Yeah.
And so he said that. And so I don't know. You mentioned I heard PJ, and I started thinking people, and so I saw people talking about this man on the timeline this weekend, and I was like, who is this man?
He had a good game last night, so maybe that's why they're talking about, but I don't know.
Oh my goodness. I'm also tripping at the fact that Brittany Renner was in, oh my gosh, she sure was in the Soul Train show on BET. So she's an actress too?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm upset. we gonna pray for the people affected by her. And we just gonna pray. We just gonna pray that it just don't, that not a damn thing else happens. And she just needs to be stopped. She
does. She's a monster.
She just needs to be stopped. Period. All right. Well, monsters. She is a monster. It's looking like it, quite frankly. I love it. All right. Well, look, we got to keep on doing the thing. We got to move on. We got to keep chugging on because I'm done talking about this nasty woman, bro. Yeah. You see the Batman trailer? Did you see,
bro? That trailer was so good.
It hit Beyonce's internet on Thursday. About, I don't know, whenever what they call it, the DC fandom. Yes. It's like kind of Marvel's con in a way. Right. It's a chance for all the DC properties to unveil what they have coming up next. And boy, oh boy, not exactly. Really, the Batman was really the only trailer that really came out. There was the Black Adam.
Came with him. Yeah.
I was like, we've still been getting announcements every year for Static Shock and nothing. But they announced like an expansion of the Milestone comics, at least in comic book form. That we're going to see more development of like Milestone characters, which is great. Mm-hmm. Shout out and RIP to Dwayne McDuffie, the creator of the Milestone branch of comics, in which led a whole new era of Black superheroes, including Static and Icon and all those like just dope. Like, I'm a nerd, and so sincerely fucks with that. But like, man, like, there was really nothing other than this Batman trailer. Mm-hmm. And my God, right when I was like thinking like, I don't know if Robert Pattinson got it,
bro. I was just thinking that
he was filling the suit out Batman too. He was like,
bro, but he from the trailer, it looked like he might be pretty good.
I'm telling you, that shit right there,
bro. It was crazy to me. Is my favorite part, which is going to be weird, is when they said that it's from the company or producers of The Dark Knight, because the Dark Knight trilogy is my favorite trilogy of all time.
Of all movies,
nothing that will ever touch it, in my opinion.
Really,
I love the Dark Knight trilogy, bro. I could watch it. I watched the last Dark Knight movie 4 times in theaters. I don't regret any time. Don't regret it at all. I'd do it again. Yeah, bro, I love those movies.
I did not realize how much you love those movies.
Oh my gosh, I love The Dark Knight. I think Christian Bale was the best Batman there ever will be.
Not Michael Keaton.
No, okay, and not Ben Affleck. Good God, what were they thinking?
I see. I never watched any of the Ben Affleck.
I didn't watch it either because I'm not a big Ben Affleck fan.
Yeah, it just didn't sit right with my spirit. I decided no, don't need it.
I asked myself said, we're not seeing this, huh?
No. We're not gonna do this. I protested the Justice Leagues. I didn't see not one of them. I didn't see an Aquaman, not nary any of these DC movies.
I watched the long version of the Justice League somehow. I don't know what I was thinking.
I tried. I got 30 minutes in and woke up in the credits. No, I didn't think it was going to be good. DC has given me no reason to be excited about anything that DC has going. The best thing that DC, outside of this, the best thing that DC always has going is their animated shows.
Suicide Squad was really good, though. Let me shout that out. Suicide Squad was good if you saw that. The latest one was good. Did you watch it?
The newest one.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
I did.
Oh, it was good.
Oh, you did like it?
Oh,
I actually tried.
I thought that was
good. I did. Nothing that DC does has me excited.
I like that movie.
But I would say, this new Batman. Oh no, or what I was saying, their animated properties. The animated shows for DC, Young Justice, all the new stuff old shows. Of course, we all know the WB hits, 2000s and stuff, and then of course the 90s stuff. But even their new animated properties, their movies, the DC animated, the Joker movies and all that stuff that hit HBO Max.
Yeah,
those things are great. DC animated always be killing it. Right. But of course, the Dark Knight trilogy was really, really cool. Loved, of course. This pod is not going to be here to slander any of those.
Oh no, I wouldn't let it happen.
But DC doesn't get me excited. But this new Batman trailer, and I'm so over it because it's especially compared. And I hate because y'all know I'm a Marvel. This could turn into a Marvel stand pod and in a hot beat if I have anything to do with it. So you don't want to compare it, but it's just man, all you keep getting is just the remakes. It feels like of the same old kind of Batman story. Yeah. But I don't know.
This
got me real excited, and I love the suit design.
Yeah, I'm not.
Suit design looks.
I love
sick.
Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, she looks great too.
Oh God,
I wasn't sure about her, man, but she looks great. Woo-hoo. No, I mean, okay, and I don't say look just as in looks aesthetically she looks pleasing, but as playing Catwoman,
both.
She looks like
she's a beautiful woman,
yes,
but also
but I'm referring to she really looks good in the role. I'm just okay. At first I was obviously you cast her because she's cute, sure, but is she gonna? Because how many times have we seen someone be attractive in the role, but did they play?
I thought Anne Hathaway was good, but I'm here to.
Anne Hathaway was good. I didn't mind Anne Hathaway. Yeah, I didn't. I thought she was great.
I might watch The Dark Knight tonight.
But it's just I'm always sure you'll look good, but are you gonna play Catwoman? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And considering Eartha Kitt Catwoman, it's just just to play Catwoman is such a
it's huge.
It's huge. As playing the Batman, to step up this mantle. So Robert looks good in the role. You know what I'm saying? I still think I see him as Twilight head ass.
Because when I found out, I was like, oh, this is the Twilight.
Yeah,
dude.
Twilight
playing Batman.
I'm not happy, but dude, it looks.
It might be good. It might be
it
really
looks
good.
dope.
And somebody reminded me that he was just in Robert Pattinson was just in Tenet.
Yes,
and Tenet was good.
I like Tenet. I know.
Now, I will say this about Tenet. Man, I hope people. I don't care. I don't like movies where I have to go watch a video after to understand the meaning of it. That disgusts me. Really pisses me off. Why am I giving you my money then if I gotta watch a video to describe it?
Someone told me because I went, I saw, and you know what it is? I went to of course I went to Colonizer Central. I went to Orange County to watch it because theaters didn't close down during the pandemic in Orange County, and I know it's I never told anyone I went to go see it. No, I never told anyone I went to go see it because I had to keep it on the low. I didn't want to go on Twitter about it because it's you went to a theater, and, but I did. I kept my mask on the whole time. It was this is last summer, and it's crazy that it's that long ago now.
I know.
And I remember I watched it with shout out to Chamath, who was just on the podcast during our Chick-fil-A topic. We went to go see it, and afterwards, people were like, "So, dude, tell me about it, or please don't spoil it."
Trust me, I couldn't spoil it if I tried.
My words exactly. I said, even if I wanted to spoil this shit for you, I said I have no idea what the fuck happened in that movie.
no idea.
I said I have no idea.
What happened?
And then I watched it a second time.
You did?
When I saw it was going to be on streaming, like I think a month later it was already on streaming. You can pay for $20. Right. So I decided to I'm going to actually pay for it. And I did a little movie night with some with a few friends. Had some friends over. I'm like, let's watch it again.
Still don't know what was happening. Okay, so
I understood it a little bit more. No, I'm joking. I understood it. Like I understood it the second time more, but was still just as confused. Like it Christopher Nolan was reaching for that one.
Wasn't he?
Visually great movie.
Yeah, the visuals are amazing.
Visually great movie.
And I'm a big fan of
John David Washington.
Absolutely.
Love him.
So, yeah, that was amazing. His acting was good. But I'm like, I just don't understand the movie. Like,
it was a heavy topic, and I think there's a lot of things it plays with in a sense. Like I feel like it plays with a lot of different themes, and so I think it was just a very dense movie. It wasn't as simple. Even watching all the conspiracy theory videos and here's what it meant and all that. Like I was still like, I guess, right. Sure, that's what it's about. But if a movie's about 20 different things, I'm like, nigga, this is a lot.
And like I said, if I gotta watch a YouTube video for 10 minutes,
it's still not until a YouTube video. So it was a lot.
Yeah.
All to say, Robert Pattinson, yes, was just in Tenet. Mm-hmm. And I feel like all the roles he's always in, he plays kind of like a slender character, right? So it's interesting to see him get into this build as Batman. Like,
true.
I mean, you know, you don't hear him talk too much, but yeah, he definitely kicks the English accent. You know, like you definitely hear him as the man of darkness. You know, and it's dope. It's dope to hear him doing the thing, man. I'm impressed. Zoe looks great in the role. Commissioner Gordon, played by, I forget the actor's name.
Me too.
But the black man playing him and all that kind of stuff. The action looks great. I love how the trailer ends with and I think the Riddler is gonna be the villain.
He's a villain.
I'm excited for that. But you see my man's driving away.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he thinks he did it. And then the Batmobile design is sick.
Yeah,
it looks very vintage. I like that because the Dark Knight Rises made it look very futuristic.
Yes.
Or the Dark Knight trilogy made it look very
Jeffrey Wright. Yes.
The Watcher, bro, the legend Jeffrey Wright. Oh my God, he plays the Watcher in What If right now. I'm just saying if you're watching animated.
I haven't seen What If yet.
He also plays Static Shock's dad. Jeffrey
he's
Wright
also in Westworld.
Yes, like the legend Jeffrey Wright, the vocal king Jeffrey Wright, voice actor extraordinaire. Kids, you've been listening to Jeffrey Wright your entire life. Play some of your favorite characters in TV. So yeah, exactly, Jeffrey Wright playing him, but I love this design because I feel like what's cool about this suit design and just this era, and they were saying that they were going to make it look a little bit more vintage, and I think it's coming across. It looks older. It looks very vintage Batman, but modern. It's dope, man. I'm super excited for it. So it comes out March 4th, March 5th, whatever that Friday is, in 2022. So of course I'm sure we'll be talking about it on the podcast when we get around to that. But we got a lot more coming up. Premiering next week. One of our favorite shows, baby, is back.
Man, I'm so excited, bro. It's crazy because I'm excited and I'm sad, but we'll save all the emotions for next segment.
Oh man, we're gonna get into the return of Insecure. We're just gonna consider this our Insecure pregame coming up after the break.
Do you like incredible musical performances and engaging conversations? Well, we've got both of those things for you right here at Mental Notes Live, the talk show focused on giving you tools to grow your faith, mindset, and progress. Hosted by yours truly, Ryan Hale. Be sure to follow us everywhere on any social media platform at Mental Notes Live, and go catch up on all of our previous episodes by visiting mentalnoteslive.com.
Oh my God, yo! I love doing this shit live.
Me too, bro.
Because I'm
come back every week.
It's good, exactly. Because you would never want to come all the way to California. At least we can record from the beach, bro. We're recording in Chandler. We're recording in Chandler, Arizona.
We need to just do a month rotation.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? How about you come out?
Work from Phoenix.
Yeah, and then you come out to California. You know what I'm saying? God, at least on the next episode, nigga, I'm about to make you hike Camelback. Why don't you like hiking?
I can't stand it.
Why do you not like hiking, bro? I am so mad about this with you. Why don't you like hiking? Hike with me.
I can't stand hiking. You know why? Let me share this with the people.
Why don't you like hiking?
Very, very wonderful story I want to share with people.
Oh, no.
Not so wonderful, trust me.
No, what happened?
Very first time I went hiking, I was in college. Called myself trying to impress this girl in college. She was like, oh, I want to go hiking with some friends. Want to come with me? I was like, absolutely. Absolutely, I want to come with you. So we're hiking. Did not know that Camelback is one of the hardest mountains to hike, especially if you're a new hiker.
The Echo Trail, yeah. Especially
if you're
doing
a new
Echo
hiker.
Trail. Yeah.
Didn't know that. Also did not know what shoes to wear. All throughout college, I was playing basketball at the rec, and all I had was basketball shoes. So, of course, I took basketball shoes on the hike, trying to impress this girl. Man, that impression was a fail. I mean, I was slipping up and down the mountain. It was horrible, bro. Absolute horror. I said I would not be back.
Oh my God.
10 out of 10 do not recommend.
Okay,
man.
but here's my thing. Let's warm you up. We don't have to hike Camelback. And one, the Echo Trail, that's the hardest trail. What if I just say, hey, could we just be brothers? Could we just go walk in some nature,
okay.
like a few miles, and it's gonna be up a mountain because I like to get some altitude, but it's not gonna be Echo Trail. And then we work your way up, and we'll get you proper shoes to hike in.
Now, I'm down to give it a try again, but if I don't like it, then I'm not gonna be somebody that frequents hiking. That's what I'm saying.
I think hiking is healthy for everybody. I think people need to put their resistance down to hiking. Hiking is so healthy.
I believe that it is healthy.
And it's great.
It's just other healthy things that you can do as well.
Okay.
You don't need to hike.
Well, that's why I'm endorsing Camelback Mountain. Thanks for endorsing the podcast and paying me.
Camelback Mountain.
Camelback Mountain. I'm shouting you out because I want the LLC of Camelback Mountain to pay me for endorsing the Echo Trail. Please use promo code.
Use promo code Echo Trail.
Use promo code Malcolm Echo Trail to get 20% off your first hike on Camelback Mountain.
You are so stupid. This dude got a whole commercial for Camelback.
Like, I love hiking, bro.
Oh my God.
Shit, I love hiking. Okay. All right. For real. Got to talk, man. The return of one of our favorite shows.
Absolutely.
Consider this, our pregame, as we mentioned before the break, for Insecure, man. The end is near. The final season.
I wonder how many episodes it is. I just thought about that.
I think it's at 10. I think we're getting a 10 piece. I know. Issa's been doing some really cool lead up events in Los Angeles, doing mass season watches in the theaters and such. Super dope. And I mean,
can I tell you something? This is way off topic.
No.
Issa has become one of my favorite celebrity crushes.
Yeah.
She is so beautiful.
She's incredible.
And I think maybe I like her more just because of how talented she is too, but her beauty is just natural beauty too.
Well, but I think it's an energy thing, man. It's just like
she's so dope.
It's her energy too, because she's very real. She's a very real person. So I think that's also what makes her energy very magnetized. Like she doesn't seem about the bullshit. She doesn't seem mean. She doesn't seem
just
fake.
super down to earth.
Yeah, she's very just down to earth, very real, very raw, man. Like she's a gem. She's and everything that she's getting, she deserves.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's anybody that can slander Miss Issa Rae, or whatever her married name is. I don't know if she changed her name. I don't know any of that. But yeah, dude, I can't say congrats enough to her. And it's not like I'm anybody above or below, but I think we're just genuine fans. And I think the special part about Issa is how she's found a way to normalize blackness, normalize the identity of blackness. I think that's what made Insecure so cool, because it was like a show that was like a love letter to LA and to black people of LA, especially from South Los Angeles. And none of it was depicted in trauma. None of it was depicted in gang violence, or none of it was depicted in a way that just normally black people are seen on screen, and she always made sure to take extra care of how she captured us, the lighting she used. Hell, I was even lucky enough to be on an episode of Insecure.
You were.
It was as an extra, but y'all see me though. My hair was looking lit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see me though. Y'all see me in the episode. I was vivid. You could see me ducking. I hit the duck when the shots was ringing off at her block party 2 seasons ago. So yes, 100%, man. So but we got to talk about how last season ended
and how it went.
The
journey,
and more what can we expect out of these characters?
Exactly.
I feel like there's going to be an we're gonna have to have a slight 10-minute Insecure segment damn near every single week.
I'm prepared for that.
Moving forward, probably. And if y'all want it, please let us know.
Yes.
Again, at Untitled Gems podcast everywhere.
Hey, you know what? Even if you don't want it, we'll probably still give it to you. Let's be honest.
Even if you don't want it, that shit's gonna come to you. Actually, probably that's gonna be the one segment that people are actually like, you could do without the insecure segment.
We don't really
actually,
like
it bores us.
That's okay.
That's okay.
We're gonna
do it anyway. What does Stephen A say? We don't care.
We don't care.
We don't care. Okay. But really. So a lot of questions begged at the end of last season. What was that? Season 4.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And spoiler alert, red flag.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it,
pause,
go watch it and come back.
Yeah, please. Even the producer, Sarah, she hasn't seen it, so like you might have to
step away for 5 seconds.
Yeah, like step away for 5 seconds. I'll look for this for the promo clips myself if you don't want this spoiled for you. But last season ends, right? The big bombshell, Lawrence and Issa, right? The feeling of like, I'm always gonna love you. This, oh my God, are we soulmates? Quite frankly, are they soulmates? Do we feel this? Like, is it the same? And none of that matters.
Bro,
and some of it matters only for Lawrence to come back because he got Condola.
Pregnant. This is genuine emotion and really how I feel, bro. Because every time I think about it, this is how I was watching that episode for the first time. Like, I felt like I knew them. I felt like those are my people.
Those are my people, bro.
Like I've been rooting for this for so long.
Yes.
We're finally here.
And I had given up on it. I had given up on Lawrence and Issa. I
had never gave up.
Oh, I'd given up. I was like, I don't think it's gonna happen. Like
because
after season 2, I said
Issa always has some raggedy dudes. Even though I forget old dude's
what was
name.
TSA Bay? That was my favorite one. TSA Bay was my boy.
What was dude's name that went MIA on her for a while? Like
Kendrick Sampson's character.
Yes, I can't think of his name.
Yes,
he
Nathan.
was cool.
Nathan.
Yes, Nathan.
Nathan. Yeah.
He was cool until he went MIA. You can't do her like that. She deserves better than that. So she never gave him a second chance. But then she was not really trying to get back with Lawrence. But I always had hope, man, because Lawrence was finally getting his stuff together.
Yeah. But while he was getting his shit together, he was making just as dumb decisions. I think his dating choices, the situations that he chose to get himself into
when it
comes
had bad dating choices. I'm not gonna knock just him for that.
Oh, but we're talking about things that Lawrence did. We're talking about Lawrence.
Okay, go ahead.
We're talking specifically about Lawrence. I'm just saying, cool. We could all say that Issa is still Issa D at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But Lawrence, albeit he was getting his shit together, he was still going through his own identity trespasses when it came to career, when it came to dating. Like, I still think the most triggering point of Lawrence's arc for me was the store scene that culminated in him with the 2 white women. It was the Dr. Umar for me.
You will not be.
You and your white wife cannot come to the cookout. I was triggered. It was a lot. That season was so much. And it's like, crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I go through like those. Like I think you saw him do that a few times. Like I think even like season 2 with getting with his coworker, and then season 4 comes and it's Condola, and like
I think why I liked it so much because it's a very realistic journey that he went through. It wasn't a fake just for TV type of journey. It wasn't like, oh, I just got myself together overnight. Like that was a real journey.
It was compelling.
Like you really sometimes in relationships or in dating in general, you have to go through those what am I doing type of phases.
And it's funny because like I feel like I was always Team Lawrence. There was a few times where I was like,
I've always been Team Lawrence.
But honestly, make an argument to not be Team Lawrence. Like
I can.
I
can make an argument.
What's the argument to not be Team Lawrence? Because I just can't see it. I think Lawrence is great.
I do think Lawrence is great. I do think one of my arguments for not being Team Lawrence is I felt like Lawrence was very sensitive. I forget what season it was, but they had when Issa went to that dinner with all the friends or whatever, and Lawrence was there with that girl. And Issa was, or Lawrence was acting all sensitive.
Yeah, Aparna. Yes, like, dude, that's like what I'm saying.
That was like, okay,
like,
Lawrence,
bro, like, or bro. The store, like, there was so many times where I'm just like, I can't be Team Lawrence. I can be a case. So yeah,
but I am still Team Lawrence.
But I think I'm saying Team Lawrence because I think you honestly just kind of sold it on me when you were like, yo, he really had a journey. He really did have a journey. But I think Condola and how this last season ended is where I'm like, nigga, I'm jumping off.
Bro, you know what's so crazy about that? Is that Condola was beautiful to me. Like her character.
Condola and liking her character. I don't know. I thought she was stinky.
Really? Yeah, I thought her character overall was beautiful.
I liked her.
The role she played, how she helped Issa and stuff like that.
I think conceivably I'm Team Issa. That's why I never like.
I was obviously Team Issa too, but I didn't dislike her because I'm Team Issa. You know what I'm saying?
But she got weirded towards the end of the block party.
She did.
She got weird, fam.
Rightfully so, though. If I just find out that my current boyfriend is your ex, like, and I'm helping you out and we close, it's just kind of weird, I thought. But
you can keep it profesh.
That was the only time that I thought that maybe Lawrence and Issa wouldn't get back together. But that relationship fizzled out, obviously, and then Lawrence and Issa tried to make it work, and then obviously we saw what happened at the end there with Condola's pregnancy announcement. Whew. I don't know, bro. I've always been Team Lawrence. Obviously, there's cases you can make for why
you can make a lot. Like you can make some cases to not be like, and it was hard. It got hard to always say remain to Team Lawrence. It did.
It did.
But I think Team Issa is just a lot more frustrating. It's hard to root for Issa on a lot of times.
It is. And I think something that's important to point out is that Lawrence went through a real journey. Like that's sometimes what we go through in dating is like you have those what am I doing moments like he had. I think you mentioned at some point that the store scene that culminated with him and the two white girls.
White women.
So like
or Aparna, that was a whole different thing. Mm-hmm. You know,
him with his coworker at first.
Yeah, man. Like it was a lot of it was I don't know, but it was relatable because I feel like a lot. I think his dating experiences were also just very. I don't know, more still on dare I call him responsible side. Like I just feel like in LA, it's very easy to get caught up in some very unconventional dating experiences.
Right.
It really is. Not saying that I do, but like it's very easy. Like there's just a lot of stories I hear of people like dating in LA. And so I feel like despite what we saw on screen of Lawrence, he had, very compelling, very relatable journey. And it wasn't anything overly dramatic, but it was something that like a lot of men can relate to as far as like trying new boundaries, trying new relationships. And really at the end of the day, just trying to find yourself in the midst of all of it.
Mm-hmm. Something that I know you said it was hard at times to root for Team Issa, a team that was nearly impossible to root for.
Oh, you mean the elephant in the room?
Yeah.
The one that really we're not supposed to critique, but we must critique?
Oh. That.
You mean No, ain't nobody Team Molly, and it's dumb. She is the most self-sabotaging character on the show, and it's like there is I don't want this to be the no filter segment by any means, because it's not that time. I got plenty of smoke for that. But like Jesus, man, like Molly is her own worst enemy, and I think like she's like I don't know, she's written that way as a character. She shout out to Yvonne for just
she plays that character beautiful
in a compelling character,
man,
but it's
really
like
really good.
When she has everything, she still wants to ruin it, and it's not enough for her.
I think a lot of her relationship issues, and me and you have talked about this off air, is they stem back to her father, as we see in the show.
But what's wild, she didn't even know about her father shit until season 3, and even then, that's something that like your parents and your father like have forgiven for each other for years. Like they ain't even tripping on that shit no more, and she's using that as an excuse to be right about men not being and shit. Her mom, or her like,
and her mom tried to free her from that. Like, listen, I'm okay with what happened. Like. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I forgive him. Like, you need to move on. But it just, what that noted or what that symbolized for me is how some people sometimes are comfortable being in their own bondage. Subconsciously at times, too.
Jesus.
Sometimes you.
Wow.
Sometimes without knowing, you have let everything that's happened to you in life and all of your issues that happen and, men ain't no good, women ain't no good, I can't do this, I can't do that, because of all the issues that you have had in your past that you won't let go. And somebody's trying to free you from that, but because you want to stay stuck in this, the world is against me mentality.
But what do they say, right? Most people in life would rather be right than be happy.
Well, being right can sometimes cause you to be locked up.
Most times.
Yeah.
Right, most times, and I think that's just what it has transpired for Molly's character, and I think that also leads me as to why I say I don't personally think that Issa and Molly are right for each other as friends.
See, that's where we disagree.
And I also don't think that like Molly is healthy for Issa. Like I don't think Issa's healthy for Molly. I just think that like they've had a good journey, but maybe like most relationships, I think in your adult life you start realizing that maybe the only thing that we have in common is the college we went to, the high school we went to, the town we're from, the one night the few nights we had as boys or as friends, platonically, right, in the club or at these events. Like, maybe sometimes we're forcing relationships that don't need to be forced.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's Issa and Molly. Like, I just feel like I would, after the shit that transpired between if a friend and I had a beef like that, I would not be friends anymore. I wouldn't.
I don't feel like Molly or Issa did any foul stuff, in my opinion. I feel like all of their stuff was petty, small stuff that they let turn into bigger issues because they never sat down and had a real conversation, a heart to heart with one another.
But I'll be damned if I ever let some petty shit get big enough to. But you're saying
that you would just be over with a friend over some petty stuff that turned into bigger because you didn't have the courage to talk to them.
If it transpired in the way that their relationship did, I'm just saying it's like you've continuously let small things grow into really the block party scene. I mean, I'm sorry, if something happened that if you gonna talk the violence, nigga, we're gonna talk violence in No Filter, don't worry. But the violence in the in Molly and Issa's tone to each other, just at the block party alone, let alone each season, they have a huge pop off to one another. And it's just like, maybe it's just like that kind of language just isn't regular for any friend of mine. I don't care.
No, I agree. I definitely agree.
But I think that
they are. I think that they are family too. And sometimes you talk to your family different than you would talk to your friends, right? I'm not making it right or wrong, but I'm saying this.
I feel like their family talk to me like that.
I'm saying I think they're family. I think that they don't have anything that is unrepairable. All of their stuff, like we said, is petty, small stuff to turn into bigger stuff. They need to have some real heart-to-heart conversations and work through it. It's not going to be overnight, but I liked how at the end of the season we saw them meet, and it looked like the trajectory was going in the right direction for their relationship. And if you watch the trailer, it kind of hinted at that maybe they'll be cool again. So I'm hoping for the best with them because I'm obviously we said I'm Team Issa. I'm a huge Molly fan as well, honest. Even though Molly be self-sabotaging.
I don't know if I'm Team Molly.
I like Molly. That's what I'm
course,
saying.
Team Yvonne Orji. Oh, love her to death. She's an incredible actress.
Hit me up, Yvonne.
Oh my God. She's great. But yeah, I don't know. Just Molly is she gets harder and harder to root for. Right when she has everything.
Yeah.
Right when she has everything, she still finds a way to ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
She even had a great hookup, and it's just at the point where I'm like, Issa's really getting some peace now. Like, Issa's really just going for what she wants, man. Like, I didn't think I'd be rooting for Issa nearly as much as I am rooting for Issa going into this season.
True. I want to see Issa happy.
Because season 2, it got to the point where I was like, okay, girl, like, you just ain't gonna get this. Like, you're tripping.
Yeah.
If this is gonna be the character you are through the show, whatever, like, go for it. But like, I'm a root for somebody who just wants to be grown.
Yeah.
You just what are you doing?
She was trying to figure it out.
She's trying to figure it out, but she's really figuring herself out. So it's like I'm just really rooting for Issa going into this final season. And yeah, like I like and that's on that. That's on Montero.
We are so excited for the final season, y'all. So be sure to tune in next week because obviously it'll be the premiere on Sunday, and we'll be sure to drop, like we already said, we're gonna be sure to drop some gems or some commentary and opinions on that first episode for sure. So, but I'm excited, bro. You've mentioned this a couple times in the last 5 minutes, about No Filter. So without further ado, it's about hold on. It's time for no.
Hold on. Like, let me just tee it up.
I'm so excited.
Let me just tee it up because like I need.
Wait, I gotta sing the vocals.
No, you do. I want to tee up the vocals because I need people to give respect where respect's due.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to do all the work. I don't want you to have to just introduce myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for one of our favorite segments on the show, better known as No Filter. Oh, even better.
Brought to you by Camelback Mountain.
Brought to you by Camelback Mountain. Yes. Like, just it's the one endorsement deal, nigga. Like, if nature could endorse me, Jesus.
Oh
man.
My God.
Oh God. Yes. No Filter. Brought to you by Camelback Mountain. Now that we're live from Chandler. Oh Jesus Lord, I love it, y'all. Thank you for the vocals, Ryan. Just sounding crispy, sounding.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sounding lovely. And now, most times, you always have the No Filter in canon. Like the No Filter.
I pride myself on that.
No. But this week, man, you know,
you got something to get off your chest.
Man.
Go ahead.
I I know my mom listens, and dignitaries.
Mm-hmm.
I have members of the UN that listen. Seriously. Sincerely.
Well, shout out to the UN.
Shout out to the UN. Thank you, Mama Owaya. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Appreciate you. Look, to the pussy boys that want to be up in my comments, taking all my words and the words that we're using on this platform out of context, just so you could feel like a big man while you sit in your ratty, ashy studio bedroom apartment in the middle of podunk nowhere. Listen, nigga. You need a step because you don't even know how to read instructions. I clearly stated in one of my most recent posts, which was just a promotional post, a clip of our Dave Chappelle conversation from the last episode. Yes. Now, mind you, I'm very, very, very fully aware of where I placed that video commentary on the internet, right? Mm-hmm. And of course, just like Dave Chappelle, he went to start a conversation, and so do I. So it's not that I am sensitive to these comments. Quite frankly, every comment that comes by, which I'm still getting comments. I just got a comment like 2 hours ago, literally, like since being here at your house, sir. Love Dave Chappelle. Human comedy, empathy. Loosen up, people. Not everything is serious. Stop making America weak. Oh. I mean, and it gets better. Yo, heavily misinterpreted and negative. Dave Chappelle doesn't need to be the target of your platform gains.
If only.
If only.
If only Dave Chappelle
could be. If only. Look.
Can give our platform a boost.
Look, guys. And those are just a few. Y'all already know where I'm at Malcolm Alex NDR. And if you really, 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 really want to say something, you can just hop personally in my DM. But that's the problem. You wouldn't. And you damn sure so wouldn't say it to my face.
That's true. And I want to say something, because if you listen to the conversation, you saw that me and Malcolm disagreed respectfully on the Dave Chappelle thoughts. We agreed on some different points, but we had some disagreements here and there about the conversation, the platform, not the platform, the closer, and all of that good stuff. And like Malcolm said, if you would have went through and listened to the whole conversation, you would have got everything in context. But to people who, let me start over. To the idiots who have the thought to go out and comment without listening to something, but you want to listen to a 30-second to a minute video and feel like you have the whole context.
And it's like,
hop off the internet.
And hop off. Like, what are you doing? You're fake and you're not real. And it's
exactly.
Like the comments, like, clearly I'm using no filter to air it out. And it's just like, I'm addressing you because I refuse to engage on social media.
Absolutely.
Like, shout out to like the people that are really good at engaging on social media,
right,
and making it a point to like, they get off to saying things controversial. And just like, at the end of the day, man, I'm on this podcast. I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna say my jokes. But I know one thing, and I know my integrity. I know my politic. I know what I am here to use this platform for. And for the people that know, y'all know I'm here responsibly. I'm gonna be here with some jokes because at the end of the day, I really want to make y'all feel good, and I want to keep conversations going and having compelling entertaining conversations. I really do that, drive this culture forward. As that Dave Chappelle commentary that we had, so it was placed. It's doing something good. It's not negative. Exactly. Hell, if anything was negative, it was the things that were said in the name of comedy that were negative, and that's why people are talking about it. So, to those people, I'm going to pray for y'all. And I see y'all. And please, if you got something to say it to my face. And better yet, read instructions. Learn how to read. And I don't know, if you're going to say anything to me, I don't know, read a book first. Because next time, the library going to be even more open, and we're going to have to air out more of y'all ashy ankles. I appreciate you. And that wraps up the show, man. Live from Chandler, Arizona.
Woo! Shout out to Chandler, baby. We did it, Chandler. We're here.
This has been Unfiltered Gems, man. How cool. No, really. Like, the energy is just so much more electric. I hope y'all felt that. I hope y'all I hope y'all were in it, man. A very, very special episode. Make sure to follow us everywhere at Unfiltered Gems Podcast. If you're on YouTube, even if you're not on YouTube, you should go there, subscribe, and like, comment, share. Yes, all those things. Hit the bell for notifications as well. We do appreciate that,
absolutely,
y'all. I already said it, at Unfiltered Gems Podcast, every single place. Follow myself, Malcolm Alex NDR, for the comment section. That's just a riot on the last HFL post. If not, if you want some cool fashions and a nigga that look like cute as fuck, like, yeah, follow me. Where are you at, Hale?
I'm at Ryan_C_Hale. So be sure to hit me up. And like Malcolm said, follow us on Unfiltered Gems Podcast on social. Also, We're everywhere on all your favorite streaming platforms, podcast streaming platforms.
Yes.
So check out the show. Check out our previous episodes.
Really appreciate y'all for listening, man. Yeah. Hale, I don't say it enough. I really appreciate you.
Love you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Love you, man. I really do. Shout out to Sarah. Thank you so much for like being a producer extraordinaire. And just like all the listeners.
Yes.
Like it's like we just each every single week we're getting like amazing feedback about the podcast.
Absolutely.
So I also love that like by episode 5 we already got controversy and haters on it. I actually like
we doing something right.
Like we doing something right. You know what I'm saying? What did Cat Williams say? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you only got one hater, you ain't got enough. Like so
if you need somebody to hate on, you can hate on me.
You can hate on me. I invited.
Bro, we got haters and a sponsorship from Camelback Mountain.
And a sponsorship from Camelback Mountain. So thank y'all so much for listening to Untitled Gems, sponsored by Camelback Mountain. Live from Chandler, Arizona, baby. We out.
Peace.